A very long time ago, Earth went through a period that feels almost like a frozen story from a fairy tale. Snow covered the land, ice stretched as far as the eyes could see, and the cold ruled the world. This time is known as the Ice Age. It was not a short winter but a long chapter in Earth's history that lasted thousands and thousands of years. Life during this time was hard, slow, and full of challenges, yet humans and animals did something amazing: they learned how to survive. Imagine waking up every day in a world where there are no cities, no houses, no roads, and no modern clothes. The air is cold, your breath turns into white smoke, and the ground under your feet is either frozen or covered in snow. Rivers are often locked in ice, and food is not waiting in shops. This was the world of the Ice Age. During the Ice Age, the Earth was much colder than it is today. Huge sheets of ice, called glaciers, slowly moved across the land. These glaciers were so big and heavy that they shaped mountains and valleys. Many places that are green and warm today were once frozen lands. Because so much water was trapped in ice, sea levels were lower, and land bridges appeared. These land bridges allowed animals and humans to walk from one continent to another without boats. Animals living in this frozen world looked different from animals today. Many of them were large and strong. Big bodies helped them keep warm because heat escapes more slowly from large bodies. Thick fur covered their skin like a natural blanket. The woolly mammoth, for example, had long, shaggy hair that protected it from icy winds. Under its skin was a thick layer of fat that kept it warm even during the coldest days. Other animals like woolly rhinoceroses, giant deer, and musk oxen had similar features. Walking in deep snow was not easy, so animals developed strong legs and wide feet or hooves. This helped them move without sinking too much. Some animals had short ears and tails because smaller body parts lose less heat. Every small change in their bodies helped them survive just a little better. Finding food was one of the biggest challenges. Plants did not grow easily in cold weather. Forests were rare in icy regions, but wide open grasslands called tundra existed. Grass, small plants, and moss grew there. Plant-eating animals learned to scrape snow away to reach the plants underneath. Mammoths even used their long tusks to dig through snow. Meat-eating animals had their own struggles. They needed to hunt large animals to survive. Some hunted alone, while others hunted in groups. Wolves worked together, using teamwork to tire out their prey. Saber-toothed cats used their sharp teeth and strength to bring down big animals. Hunting was dangerous, but it was the only way to survive. Animals also learned to move. When food became scarce in one place, they migrated to another area. This movement helped them find fresh food and avoid the harshest weather. Migration was slow and tiring, but it saved lives. Humans during the Ice Age were not like us today, but they were clever, curious, and brave. They did not have machines or technology, yet they learned to live in one of the harshest environments Earth has ever seen. Early humans lived in small groups because being alone was too dangerous. Together, they could hunt, share food, and protect one another. Clothing was very important. Humans used animal skins and fur to make warm clothes. They learned how to clean, cut, and shape hides using stone tools. Fur coats, boots, and simple gloves helped protect their bodies from freezing winds. Without proper clothing, survival would have been impossible. Shelter was another key to staying alive. Sometimes humans lived in caves because caves protected them from wind and snow. In open areas, they built simple huts using wood, animal bones, and skins. Some shelters were made using mammoth bones as frames, covered with thick hides. Inside these shelters, humans kept fires burning. Fire was one of the greatest discoveries of Ice Age humans. Fire gave warmth during cold nights, light during long darkness, and protection from wild animals. Cooked food was safer to eat and easier to digest. Fire also brought people together. Families and tribes gathered around fire to rest, talk, and share stories. Keeping fire alive was very important, and people took great care to protect it. Finding food was a daily task. Humans were hunters and gatherers. They hunted animals like deer, bison, and mammoths, and they gathered berries, roots, and nuts whenever they could find them. Hunting was done in groups because it was safer and more successful. People used spears, sharp stone knives, and traps. Sometimes they planned hunts carefully, guiding animals into traps or toward cliffs. Nothing from a hunted animal was wasted. Meat was eaten, skins were used for clothes and shelter, bones were turned into tools and weapons, and fat was used for food or fuel. Every part mattered because resources were limited. Toolmaking was a very important skill. Humans made tools from stone, bone, and wood. Sharp stones helped them cut meat and scrape hides. Over time, tools became better and more useful. Better tools meant better hunting, better clothing, and better chances of survival. Life during the Ice Age was not only about survival, it was also about community. People cared for children, helped the injured, and respected elders. Knowledge was shared through teaching and storytelling. Older members of the group taught the young how to hunt, make tools, and understand nature. Even in such a hard life, humans found time for creativity. Cave paintings show animals, hunting scenes, and symbols. These paintings may have been used to tell stories, teach lessons, or express beliefs. Humans may have believed that nature was full of spirits and power, and that animals were important parts of their world. As time passed, the climate slowly changed. The earth began to warm. Ice melted, glaciers moved back, and new plants began to grow. Many Ice Age animals could not survive these changes and slowly disappeared. Humans, however, adapted once again. They learned new ways to live, leading to farming, villages, and eventually modern civilization. The Ice Age may feel like a distant and frozen past, but it is an important part of our story. It shows how strong life can be, even in the hardest conditions. Humans and animals survived not because life was easy, but because they learned, adapted, and worked together. Their journey through ice and snow is a powerful reminder of the strength of nature and the creativity of life.